More like WrestleMania.
More like WrestleMania.
Support, no DQ.
Welcome everybody to a rated R reckoning for WrestleMania 2020. Yes, the WrestleMania that's too big for one night. Too boring, must be too... fuck, this is going to be awful. We have 16 matches to do. I'm going to host this, Stefan Osborne, joined by Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And we are joined as always by Noah Foster.
Hello, everybody. If you remember, I won WrestleMania last year off 2 wild picks. Can I do it again and create a streak? Only time will tell. Let's get this shit over with.
As per usual, we're going to try and knock this out as fast as fucking possible. We're going to start with Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. And, Noah, Otis or Ziggler?
Damn it. I get it. He's the sympathetic babyface in this soap opera. It's gotta go to him. I'm going with Otis.
Jerry?
Really? You're going to go with Otis? I'm going to go with Zig.
How long can you drag this out?
Oh, you drag it out for quite some time.
Especially when was the last time Dolph Ziggler won at WrestleMania?
Well, that's the other reason why. That and the fact that Mandy Rose is going to come into play as well. She'll probably still end up tricking Otis in some way, shape, or form. Or causing some sort of distraction to the point where Ziggler gets to win.
Or slapped off and be like, I'm not your trophy, and he just walks off.
Either way, she could probably, ditch them both by the end of it, and that could still be the end of the feud, but I still see Ziggler walking away with the win.
Fair enough.
This is tough because I feel like WrestleMania is the perfect point to end this, but I don't think you can end this at WrestleMania because unless we find out on Friday that Sonya Deville was in on it with Ziggler, you can't end this feud until you find out that Sonya Deville was in on it with Ziggler. Sonya Deville was the one that sent Otis the text message that said that Mandy Rose was going to be late. That's why he was late to the date. That's why Ziggler was able to step in. This all has to be told, and I don't know that you're going to be able to do this in the ring, although you might be able to do this in the ring now because they can actually talk to each other and we can hear what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is how Otis wins. I'm just gonna say Otis because I don't see Ziggler pulling this off and it being any kind of a good finish for this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like in any way, shape, or form, Ziggler winning is not going to be a good finish to this match. So let's move on. Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. This is for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Jerry?
I'm going to go Bliss Cross for the win.
Bliss Cross.
That's all because I prefer them over the other team. There's really no semantics behind it. I love the idea of Nikki Cross holding a belt, and I like how Alexa Bliss holds the belt.
I'm going to say Kabuki Warriors retain because I don't think this match is going to end up happening. I think Asuka's out. So if we get a point, I'm going to get a point because they don't actually put the titles up, so they walk out of WrestleMania, it's still the champs. Noah?
Can you imagine if, Asuka's not able to be in it, but Io Shirai takes her place?
That would be wild.
Yeah,
Again.
in which case it would make sense for Bliss and Cross to get the victory, especially if Io takes the pin.
Yep.
Then just blame it on her, but I don't know. Noah, what do you think?
Damn it, I still think these titles still won't have enough relevancy. I'm not really sure. Let me just say this right now before I go any further. This paper is going to fuck a lot of people in this predictions league. Simple as that. With that being said,
I'm okay with it.
Chemistry, the talk show. I mean, of course you are. But Bliss doesn't really wrestle as much, though. I don't even know if she can even wrestle like she used to. And Kabuki Warriors, I can listen to Asuka talk Japanese all day. Cocky heel, mysticide. I'm just going to say Kabuki Warriors retain.
Bliss is just severely injury prone is what it is. She's probably getting concussions.
All right, so let's move on to the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn facing Daniel Bryan. So Zayn is likely going to have Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro in his corner, and Drew Gulak will probably be in the corner of Daniel Bryan.
Exactly.
Does Bryan take the title off of Sami Zayn? I think, yeah, Daniel Bryan. Noah?
I love the fact that freaking Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan are a team. I love that so much. With that being said, Daniel Bryan's no stranger to this title. Sami Zayn just won it. Finally won a damn title in his main roster fucking career. Screw Braun Strowman Hogan. It's the first time I care about this title. With that being said, there's too many outside forces, and they're going to be the difference maker. Ah, God. But I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan gets it.
Jerry?
Zayn. Because if anything, Drew Gulak will turn on Daniel Bryan.
How dare you?
I mean, I think Zayn is
He's
honestly...
not gonna, I don't see him teaming up with Nakamura or like Cesaro, but I do see him still thinking in his head that he's better than Daniel Bryan.
I think Sami Zayn is the safe choice here because the Intercontinental title looks good on a 3-person group that's got a guy from Canada, a guy from Switzerland, and a guy from Japan in it.
Yep.
It does have an international feel, but it's not like Sami would take on any of them for the title. Like, do you see any of them turning on Sami?
I just can't bet against Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship.
I can.
No, we know you can.
Because he lost the belt to Sheamus in less than like 10 seconds one time.
Last man standing, Randy Orton versus Edge. Here's a hell of a build-up. Noah, you get to go first on this one.
I gotta admit, this is probably one of the only 2 matches I'm truly looking forward to, with one of the best builds I can remember for WrestleMania match. With that being said, though, he's got grit. He just came back after 9 years. Signed millions of dollars. Gotta go with Edge. I can't see Orton beating him.
Jerry?
I want to see Orton beat the grit out of Edge.
You're going with Randy Orton?
Really?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go with RKO.
Wow.
That's why you're at the bottom, because...
I'm not all the way at the bottom. Robbie Vice is.
I think that's because he missed a pay-per-view.
It is.
W's a W, man. Even half a W is still a V, and that's a victory.
If Edge is going to continue to have a WWE career after this, like if he's actually coming back to the ring semi full-time, then he needs this win. Randy Orton does not. Randy Orton needs to look like the guy that picked a fight with the wrong dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going Edge.
Okay.
Elias versus King Corbin. Here's a match I didn't care about and still don't. Your turn, Jerry.
We're going to go ahead and walk with Elias on this one.
Elias. Nice. I am going to actually go with King Corbin because for some reason, like, they just love giving him wins in big matches that you'd never think he would win.
End of Days is such a sick looking move when he does it right.
Okay, let me go out on a limb. I know this is supposed to be a short video, but I like Baron Corbin. I think he's got a good move set. I think he's got a good personality to be a heel. Like, I don't think he would ever make a good babyface, but the crowd boos him.
I have no problem with Baron Corbin either.
You know what? I like the guy. Anyway, Noah.
I have no problem with him as a heel, but this match is utter filler bullshit. With that being said, King Corbin, he won last year's WrestleMania. What does he have to gain if he beats Elias? Then again, what does Elias gain if he beats King Corbin? He's got a scepter. I'm going to go with the scepter gets the win here. King Corbin.
Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black. I'm told this match isn't going to happen either, but if it's going to happen, I would say Aleister Black is getting a victory. Like, he got beat by AJ Styles. Cool, fine. You know, he had to defeat 2 dudes to do so, and then shenanigans and whatever. At least he doesn't have an undefeated streak on Raw. You know, they don't have to worry about riding around that. But still, they're building him up to be a badass, and Aleister Black. Noah?
About time if you ask me. Black Mass by Bobby Lashley. Aleister Black's kicking his head off.
Jerry?
I'm going to go with the black guy.
Bobby Lashley.
No. You don't get it?
No, I know his last name is Black, but you said the black guy, not the guy whose name is Black.
Do I have to say anything?
Semantics. But yeah, I'm going to go with
Aleister Black.
I'm actually going to go with Bobby Lashley.
What?
He wants to submit that bottom spot. He's got a lot of points to lose in order to get below Robbie Vice.
Yeah. Well, my thing is at this point, Aleister Black, yeah, he just did that squash match with that the enhancement talent on Raw. That didn't really impress anybody.
So we will go ahead and credit you that if somebody gets put in this match instead of Bobby Lashley, we'll give you that person as the choice.
That works.
Fair enough. I agree.
So let's move on. The Raw Tag Team Championships: the Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Andrade. Andrade we know is not going to be there, so maybe it's Angel Garza and Austin Theory.
It's Austin Theory.
Oh, it is Austin Theory.
That's why I said Theory.
Correct. Thank you, WWE.com, for actually updating the match card currently as of the end of Raw last night.
Cool. So
even then, we saw it Friday.
That brings us back to you, Noah. You get to go first.
But first off, let me just say, Montez Ford, I hope your butt's okay. That was ridiculous, but you definitely made me laugh and got me excited. Just on that alone, I gotta say the Street Profits retain here. There's no way I'm going against the guy that got me excited for WrestleMania!
Jerry.
Freaking busy.
You think it was the way his ass hit that hard? That was probably Bianca's. But the fact that, but Montez Ford and... I was actually kind of, getting warmed up to the idea of Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza because it would have been two very evenly matched teams. Because you have the strength and the size of Andrade to counterbalance with Dawkins, and you have Montez Ford going after Angel Garza, who's all flippy-dippy and shit. But I'm going to have to still go with the Street Profits because Austin Theory is just not ready for prime time. All the time.
No, he's not.
All the time.
Agreed. Street Profits. Miz and Morrison are defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships
Probably
against New Day and the Usos. We heard that Miz was sent home from WrestleMania, so this might end up being... I heard Morrison versus one of the Usos in a ladder match, and it's like, would it make sense to do that or have one of the New Day in a 3-person ladder match? Does that even make sense since what are you going to put up there to hang the tag team titles? Are the tag team titles going to be on the line in a singles match? It's like, this is
that would be something different.
But I'm going to say walking out of WrestleMania, I know it's your turn to go first. Go ahead, go first.
Oh, Morrison.
Yeah, I'm going to say John Morrison. Because walking out of WrestleMania, Miz and Morrison are going to still have the belts. That way they don't have to lose it in some sort of weird way where Miz isn't involved. Noah?
This match, I don't even know how to interpret this. It's more of Control-C, Control-V. As I've seen enough of freaking Usos and New Day. So that being said, I'm going with Miz and Morrison retain the titles.
All right, so let's move on to a match that is actually, as far as we know, going to happen as is. Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Grudge match, I guess. Just a regular old match. I get to go first, I guess.
Yep.
Fuck it. Kevin Owens, because Rollins has had his WrestleMania moments, and it's fitting that Kevin Owens' WrestleMania moment would be in front of no crowd. Noah?
In the building where it all started, basically, and where the Monday Night Messiah will finally be shut up for a little while when he goes on his honeymoon. KO finally wins. KO Mania number 4. Kevin Owens.
Jerry?
If Kevin Owens wins in a building with no one in it, does he truly win? I guess we'll find out that night because Kevin Owens is going to walk away victorious.
Okay. Let's move on to Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match. I don't know. Is this going to be a graveyard match? Like a
it looks like
buried alive match?
It looks like it's going to be a buried alive match.
It sounds like Buried Alive.
They just don't want to call it buried alive.
Yeah.
Basically. Because it sounds old.
Yeah, Boneyard. Sounds cool.
Boneyard.
Who gets to go first?
That'd be Noah this time.
Noah.
Damn it. Well, I mean, Undertaker reincarnated himself as American Badass, it seems, or Dead Man Inc. But AJ Styles, I mean, he's a phenomenal one. He can work with anybody. I don't see nobody truly being buried alive. But because AJ Styles has the OC and shenanigans aside, I'm actually going with AJ Styles. Picks up the win here. There's no reason for Undertaker. He needs this.
Jerry.
if this was The Undertaker as Big Evil, I'd root for him. If it was The Undertaker as a Phenom, I would root for him. But it looks like he's back in the whole American Badass phase, and I wasn't a big fan. So, even with that said, like, there's always a chance that maybe Kane will show up. Because, like, that'd be a nice little treat for the fans, or the fans at home, naturally. But,
I think it's more likely that we see Farouk and Bradshaw come back as the acolytes as his help.
oh,
The Holy Trinity, exactly. I was thinking of the acolytes.
because they were the first members of the ministry. So,
Correct.
you know what? I'm going to go against my gut here, and I'm actually going to go with The Undertaker.
All right.
I think that's smart because despite the booking, despite the unknowns, this is still The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Crowd or no crowd, whether it's a real event or not, that's to be determined by philosophers. I'm still saying it's WrestleMania and it's The Undertaker, and AJ Styles isn't going to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
15 years ago, the answer would have been different. Now,
I mean, if Styles...
I guess I lost a point, but I'm not changing it. Something has to give here. I don't know how many more matches Undertaker has in him, and AJ will make the match look great.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to lose any more of the rest of the matches that he's got.
You have to remember this. No, we've been actually saying that for about a decade now.
He's lost twice at WrestleMania in the last 5 years. Like, he can't... No, he's not going to lose again. So...
All right, you're right. He's got a lifetime contract. I'll change. Fuck it.
You're switching to Undertaker?
Yes, final answer.
Cool. All right. 5-pack challenge for the...
The Fatal 5-Way. Okay, I have a problem with that title. Okay, the Fatal 4... The Fatal... No, I mean, the Fatal 4-Way just means one fall to a finish. That's it. This is going to be a Fatal 5-Way elimination match.
You done, Jerry?
Wait a minute, one more kafal.
Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Tamina versus Sasha Banks. This, like you said, is an elimination match. So, everybody has to get pinned in order to lose or submitted or counted out or disqualified. Well, no, or counted out or disqualified. That is one thing I love about an elimination match is, one, it's a definitive, it's not just a fluky, one person gets a fall from somebody else doing their finisher and then get thrown out, Plus, you can get eliminated via disqualification or count out. So I dig it.
Count out, correct.
I believe it's your turn to go first, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Bayley's had the belt long enough, so I see her dropping it, but it's just a matter of who to. I don't see Sasha Banks walking away with it. Maybe Lacey Evans pulls it off. I want to say Lacey Evans, give her the belt.
Noah? No, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I think you're right. I think Bayley's held the belt long enough for it to have done everything it's going to do for her. The best person for her to drop it to, Sasha Banks. They're already teasing this. Makes sense to me. Noah?
They're teasing it, but I just can't see it happening right now because this is over-bloated. It should have been a one-on-one, but again, this title does not matter enough, nor does women's wrestling on SmackDown. Bayley is somehow going to retain this by hook or by crook.
All right, Firefly Funhouse match. John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt. And it's my turn to go first, isn't it?
Yep, it's you to know than me.
I'm going to say The Fiend just because, you can't keep taking away his momentum and expect him to stay as big as you hope this gimmick is going to go. So, got to give it to The Fiend. John Cena's had plenty of WrestleMania moments he can lose. Noah?
Yowie wowie, the people finally get his redemption against Cena 6 years later. I gotta go with Bray Wyatt wins this year.
Jerry?
The whole thing is that this match should be the number one contender match in case, Roman Reigns can't wrestle and just have the winner of the match be... Glad he could hold it in. But yeah, I think that should have been the case. I think the Fiend should get the win against Cena tonight, go on to face Goldberg, and win the belt back. That would be just awesome. That'd be great television.
Cool. Becky Lynch defends the Raw Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler. Noah, your turn.
For the love of fucking sake. She's already denounced how qualified the rest of the Raw Women's roster is. Time for a reset, time for a fucking change, and screw Vince thinking. NXT all the way, Shayna Baszler breaks Becky and becomes the new Raw Women's Champion.
Jerry.
Oh, I'm hoping Baszler. I really am.
You're hoping or you're betting?
I'm betting.
I ain't betting shit.
Yeah, I agree. By the end of the night, NXT women are going to stand strong because that is the women's division.
And that's also just a great cap off to a year where they dominated Survivor Series and everything else.
So I'm going Baszler as well, which brings us right into the next women's championship match we're going to talk about. Rhea Ripley defends the NXT Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. Jerry, you get to go first.
I initially was going to say Flair, but the idea of Ripley and Baszler actually coexisting in a ring and like lifting their titles like respectively high,
a Benoit
Guerrero type moment, but with our two gals in the middle of the ring. Hell yeah, that'd be great.
So you're going Ripley?
Yeah, I'm going Ripley.
I agree. Rhea, I can't bet against Rhea.
No.
Even if it was smart to bet for Charlotte Flair, I can't bet against Rhea Ripley. I love Rhea Ripley.
It'll be interesting television, don't get me wrong, if Flair actually does win the NXT Women's Championship. But,
it'll be interesting.
But it won't be great.
Noah?
If Charlotte Flair becomes NXT Women's Champion, I will finally shave my face clean and go bald. There's no chance in hell I see that happening with the best women's division in the business.
Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
So, Rhea Ripley.
Are you saying you're gonna go completely powder if that's the case here?
So we have a choice. We are down to the two main brand world titles: Goldberg versus Reigns and Lesnar versus McIntyre. Now we know Reigns isn't going to be there. This has been confirmed by Reigns himself. We don't know who's taking his place. We may find that out Friday night on SmackDown. We may not. In either case, I'm not waiting until then to do this prediction. So let's start with Goldberg versus Reigns. Let's give an idea of who we think is going to replace Reigns and then who is going to win. So it is now whose turn?
I believe it's Noah's turn to start.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, it's Noah's turn.
Damn.
No, it's
First
mine.
off, I fucked my mouth with my reaction after Goldberg beat The Fiend at Concert Adapted. But anyway, as far as this goes, Vince loves his damn part-timers, but this was clear as day going to be Roman's time to once again go over their part-time. That's not happening. So clearly, when I figure out who could face him, it's going to be another big guy, clearly. It's going to be somebody that Goldberg could do a short match against, and maybe can't botch as bad as he did with the Undertaker at that point. I think he's going to face Braun Strowman, just cuz. But Braun Strowman is this generation's Big Show, and we all know Big Show's WrestleMania streak. It sucked, which is why no matter what, Goldberg is keeping that cursed blueberry title.
Jerry?
Everything he just said.
Everything he just said?
Everything he just said.
Yeah, I tend to agree that Roman Reigns was probably originally set to win this match, mostly because Goldberg isn't the kind of guy, he's not the kind of persona right now that is a long-term champion. Like,
that's your way of saying part-time.
Yeah, no, he's ridiculously part-time.
Mm-hmm.
He's more part-time than Brock Lesnar. So
that says something too.
Doesn't mean he can't carry it one more month or a couple more months until the next actual pay-per-view and then drop it. So, because he won't have to wrestle in between.
Nope.
I think Braun Strowman is a good choice to replace Reigns just because he has nothing else going on, so he's going to be free and fresh. It'll make sense. I think it makes more sense for, like Jerry said, the winner of John Cena versus The Fiend to go up against him, but whatevs. I'm going to go ahead and say Braun Strowman as well. This way, I can't lose a point without everybody losing a point on that. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Braun Strowman wins.
Just to get the belt off Goldberg?
I'm going to say that financially speaking, WWE is already looking at being in the shitter for a while. Would they want to spend more unnecessary money to buy more Goldberg time than necessary?
Fiscal.
Because if Goldberg was supposed to lose the title here and not show up on any more television, then this was the end of his contractually paid obligation. If they need him for more television time leading up to another pay-per-view and then a match at another pay-per-view, they're going to have to spend the money for it.
Or fire someone.
Right.
Why?
Well, I mean, we know it's no stranger doing that, so.
Yeah, unless there was a Saudi show coming up soon that they're going to pay him to be at anyway, doesn't make sense.
Nope.
So I'm going to say this would be a great time to just, for no reason other than the fact that we have to, just give it to Braun Strowman and see what the fuck happens. Finally. So I'm going to say Strowman. Or whoever it is that gets put in that spot that's not Braun Strowman. Because I'm going to give myself the same credit that I gave Jerry for that other pick. Was that on the other show?
DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah. What show?
No, it was on this one because Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. All right. Final match of the night, or the two nights, will be Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. And Jerry, who you got?
I want to root for McIntyre because I've seen it was like been cool with him since OVW, but after that promo last night, I'm completely sold on Lesnar walking away at this point.
Yeah, I'm tending to think Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar is already under whatever contract he's under.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to have to go dark for a while because they're not going to be able to tape any more television programs, then
McIntyre's good for television. Lesnar's not. Really.
Do you put the title on McIntyre as the last thing you see and then go dark for a month where there's no hype, or do you leave it on Lesnar, who carries the hype with him no matter what? It may not be as good as the guy that shows up every week and actually wrestles, but at the very least, he's a big name to leave the title on while you've got nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have the match end in some screwy way so that McIntyre gets another shot somehow. Put the title on McIntyre when there's a crowd there to appreciate it, because you're trying to turn this guy into the next big baby face, which goes against who he was not 3 or 4 months ago. Like, they just turned this motherfucker right before the Royal Rumble.
Correct.
I don't think it works out well for him if he gets the title here.
No, it doesn't.
I think it works out a lot better if he's got a crowd to see it.
That and all the pyro and fanfare and everything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar retaining. That's the easy, safe bet here. If there was one other guy that you don't bet against other than Roman Reigns, it's definitely Brock
Jordan
Lesnar.
Devlin.
Oh, yeah, that too. Noah, last prediction of the night, sir.
Shit.
He was totally thinking about McIntyre.
But Paul Heyman's promo, the empty arena scenario, the love off, the potential that the next big pay is going to be a shoddy show. Or they could do what they did last year and make this big title change moment happen at SummerSlam. Circumstances. Fuck! Well, I probably lost the point. But do you go safe or do you go with heart? Brock Lesnar, I mean, McIntyre respects Brock Lesnar too. I mean, just to call him lazy. This is the one I've been thinking about the most, believe it or not. And I still am. Shit.
You had all of the time from this video. This is literally
it's not even that. It's not even that. I saw his face while you were talking, and like slowly but surely, that doubt just kind of washed over.
I'm super good at that. I don't know what it is.
Well, I've done it a couple times to you guys, and thankfully Adam Cole did win that match.
Somehow virtue always wins every no DQ debate, though, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't call that a win, I call that a discussion. And I could discuss this with y'all all night, but we're going to do this as fast as fucking possible, so I'm just going to say it. I lose! Drew McIntyre becomes new champion.
Hey, you might get a point for that. Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
I suppose.
I'm out of last place.
Just shy of 30 minutes. That brings us to the end of this rated R reckoning.
Yeah.
Because we reckon that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Noah, for being on the prediction show as always. This is for our No DQ Predictions League, so that's why it's the three of us, and we don't include any more of the NX team. So I do apologize to all the members of the NX team out there for never getting to do any of the WWE pay-per-views with us, but it's just easier this way.
Yeah, it is.
And a lot shorter. Instead of being an hour-long video, we managed to cut it at right at about 30. So this is awesome. Thank you, Noah, again for being on. Drop us with that awesomeness that is your outro, sir.
I'll do my best with Skype being a piece of shit.
Well, this time you only have one person, one person on screen, so it should be a lot easier.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Latency still is a bitch. Folks, enjoy Corona Mania. Don't do what Ford did and jump over the top rope and break your coccyx. With that being said, if you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I am a lifelong fan of wrestling. Yes, wrestling.
And waffles.
not just sports entertainment.
And women.
So if you want to follow me and talk anything,
Specifically bitches.
there's a lot of you want to follow me and talk anything
Specifically
wrestling?
big booty bitches.
Look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/Noah. Takes you to my Twitter page. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/Noah Foster 210. All you'll find there is wrestling discussion, predictions, rants, wrestling, etc. At the heart of it, my series, #205LifeMatters, discussing cruiserweights, and my weekly new forum, AEW Spark, discussing All Elite Wrestling. Or find me on Instagram, @nfoster1916. I'll give you a nice hello, moments in wrestling, my food log, something to inspire you and encourage you, maybe a good laugh or two. If you haven't figured it out by now, the reason I'm even with these two gentlemen and doing this too is because of this. Support No DQ. They're the reason I got into YouTube. Forever indebted to the No DQ family. Thank you, Aaron Riff and gentlemen, for inspiring me. So please, support my friends. Buy his shirt. Buy my shirt. Buy a mug.
Buy all the
buy
shirts.
a tapestry. Buy a sticker. Buy it all. Just do it. NoDQ.com/merch. Take to the store. Follow NoDQ.com on all your social media platforms. Your opinions matter. Comment section, everything. Polls, comms, memes, gifs, reviews, recaps, polls, sexy female pics. You name it, it's there. Primarily wrestling of WWE, a little bit of AEW, and independent wrestling news as well. Join us in the NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League that I host by filling out the form at NoDQ.com. Let your opinions, your rants, and anger be heard. And of course, stay tuned to NoDQ for all the latest in WrestleMania. And as always, I like to close. Support wrestling outlets, both big and small, and let's keep growing this incredible.
Oh,
there it is.
Well, unscripted. Yep, I do it. Wrestling community together. Simple as that. And Skype, you fucking suck for $8 billion.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at Stefan R. Osborne. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can find the gentleman on Twitter
at Gerald_JSJ, my Facebook group Armbar, all capital, ARMBAR, exclamation point.
Exclamation point. Don't forget it!
Also, we have our Facebook group, Aftermatch Wrestling, and our Instagram page, Aftermatch_Wrestling.
And we're on Twitter at Aftermatch Rest. We take the ling out of wrestling.
Whatever the fuck that means.
And you can find me on Instagram at osborne.stefan. You can find him on Instagram at
the_gentleman_slaughter.
And you can find us both on Patreon if you'd like to help out the channel at Stefan R. Osborne. If you can. If you just have a few seconds and you want to help the channel, click the like button. That's over here underneath me. If you like the video, click the like button. You know, it just goes hand in hand. If you like all the videos, do yourself a favor, click the subscribe button.
That's us.
That way, YouTube will let you know when all our videos go up. And if you want to see when we go live, we do live videos. NXT, every week we review it on What's NXT. We go live. So click that bell icon and let you know when we go up. If you want to get in there in the chat room, we will answer your questions. And we do the NXT party every week. That's where we have somebody up here on the big screen. Sometimes
That
it's
could
Noah.
be you.
Could be you. Leave a comment down below with the way that we can get a hold of you, or DM us on social media, any way you want to go about it. Come have a spot of NXT with us. Just watch NXT UK. You don't even have to be a previous fan. Just watch that week's episode and come review with us.
Mm-hmm. That means you, Jeff Hiddle.
Other than that, again, thanks for joining us. For the simple man, Noah Foster. For the gentleman, Jerry Slaughter. I'm Wiz Fresh, the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Have a good night, folks. Fuck the coronavirus! I digress.